This is the beginning of the Historic Marker events. We're all gathering, lots of sweets.
My phone number is 802.
And the present. We are grateful for all the families that are being recognized here today. They're responsible for growing this community into a vibrant place to live, raise a family, and produce the food that sustains us. And of course, that didn't happen by chance. It happened because of commitment, a lot of sacrifice, and tremendous, tremendous hard work.
Can you hear me? Yeah. In the classroom, we never needed microphones, right? And several of you here were in my classes over the years. So, first of all, Charlie, thank you for coming today. You have a busy schedule at this time of the year, and we're very pleased that you were able to come. And Anson and Tebbetts, Secretary of Agriculture, came from Cabot today to join us. So thank you, Anson. And Charlie Papillo, our Vice Chair of our Selectboard, has double duty today as a sound engineer. So thank you, Charlie. I picked up this equipment yesterday, and I was overwhelmed with how much there was, and I thought I will never be able to do this. So thank you, Charlie, for being here. Is Aaron Frank here?
Yeah.
Where is Aaron? Hey, Aaron. His name has not been brought up, but some of you know Aaron is the town manager, and he provided advice and logistical support. And it's his crew that put the marker up. And so very much thank you, Aaron, for all of you. We've already heard from Bonnie and the Colchester Historical Society and Lisa and the Vermont Italian Cultural Association. Their help has been just unimaginable. Lisa in particular, with her network of folks that she knows, has helped to really put this together. And she put me in touch with Jerry Carbone, and without Jerry Carbone's heavy lifting of the genealogy, this would have never happened. So a special thank you, Jerry, to you.
Thank you.
And last but not least, I don't know how you say the three amigos in Italian.
Tre amici.
Cosmo Briganti, Cosmo Lomatier, and Sam Mazza. This project has...
And so that's why we have Jerry Carbone. Jerry Carbone is the owner of the Whetstone Brook Genealogy company, and he's going to say a few words about this whole historic plaque.
Che bella giornata, paesani. This is what my father-in-law used to say when he got up in the morning in Denver, Colorado. My wife is here today, Kathy. Tony Maisto was from, his father was from the Gaeta near Napoli. And Kathy's mother is Roman, and so I guess we're FBI, full-blooded Italian. So really want to thank Charlie, Lisa, John, and all of the immigrant families. And I've met Cosmo and Giovanni here today. And it's been an honor assisting you to recreate your family's roots. I'm also a member of VICA. I call it Vika, you know, because an Italian wants to put that, make that I sound like an E. And I've assisted Lisa in some dual citizenship presentations in the past. And when she asked me if I could help with the researching the family's history, I said, that's a no-brainer. Of course I will do that. I'm a first-generation Italian-American. My father and his family came from Reggio, Calabria in 1929 to Denver, Colorado, way out in the west. And my maternal grandfather came in 1912 from Potenza. Charlie, we may be related, I don't know. And then they came to Denver. He eventually purchased land, raised vegetables, and did what the Colchester families did here. And in fact, his son, at the age of 88, runs a 600-barrel wine producing company still in Denver, and he still works at it. That's amazing. Like the families here, they created a thriving community, and especially around the Italian Catholic Church, which included both men's and women's societies, and they were able to support and help other families in the area. So my genealogical research for the Italian garden families was pretty straightforward. And any genealogical research always starts from what you know. So you know who your parents are usually, and you can go from that. And the families were helpful in providing names and dates. I started with obituaries because those are the easiest to find in newspapers, which gave me ages and family and ancestry. That way I was able to pinpoint documents that would lead me back in time to find what some Italians call the other side. You know, where they came from Italy is the other side. Using online databases such as Ancestry.com and FamilySearch.org, I was able to find these documents and mark their trail. The census records gave immigration information, whether adults had become citizens. And that way I was able to find naturalization records. And naturalization records are very important because they tell you the family situation of the applicant. It tells you many times the ship that came over to the U.S. and when, and many times how old they were. So with that, I was able sometimes to find the comune, in other words, the village where they were born. And interesting enough, when you find a ship manifest, it also tells you perhaps their mother or wife, and they always travel under their maiden name. So that gives you another access point to find information in your family. So finally knowing the comune from each immigrant, I was able to cover most of the civil birth records through the Italian archive site, which is online. It's called Il Portale Antenati, the Ancestors Portal. And with that, you can browse these records and their original records, and that's the gold standard for genealogical evidence, to find those records made at the time of the birth. And they provided witnesses to the record, to the birth. So those are listed. Many times those are other relatives. Many times they're Italian. So, but you know, you can figure it out. They're pretty much boilerplate, and you can look up words. They provide the street name many times, which means you can go back to that comune and possibly find where that ancestor was born, because that house is probably standing from 100 years ago. I did that in Cirella, where my father was born. I found where the house where he was born. With that, you find the father's name of the child, and that tells you his age, and that means, okay, he was 22, you go back 22 more years, you find his birth record and his family's names. So that way you can make this genealogical skip to those areas. So I'm probably going to pronounce these incorrectly, but I'll try to make it maybe more Italian sounding. Lomatire, that family, the Leo family, and the Berganti family. They were all from the village of Sava, which is in the province of Taranto, in the Italian region of Puglia. And if you can envision Italy as a boot, it's the heel of the boot. The Mazza family came from the same region my family's from, Calabria, but it is a small comune called Migliarina in Catanzaro, the province of Catanzaro in Calabria. So as Lisa mentioned, these Italians, over 6 million came between the years 1820 to current time. 6 million Italians, and then all of those Italians had children, so you can see how much impact we've had. And we still have immigrants coming into this country that enrich our lives and looking for freedom and a better life for their families. So I'm happy to answer any questions later on. But oh, by the way, every year I make limoncello, fatto a mano limoncello. I brought some. Please have just a little bit because it's molto forte, molto forte. Thank you all.
Thank everybody. I didn't think I had so many friends. I'm glad for everybody that showed up. And if I had to do what we did in a lifetime, I would do it again. We had an excellent life. I enjoyed my life. And I want to thank John Devenot, who pursued this venture. A couple of years, we've been talking about it for a couple of years, and I think if it would have been up to us, it probably never would have happened. But it did happen, and I'm so proud of being a part of it. I want to thank everybody. Thank you very much.